tell you something that most people don't say to women, especially short women, before they buy a bike. I'm only 4'11", and if you're a short rider like me, who's ever went to or stood inside a bike shop getting handed a small and you feel like it's still too big, or a bike that technically fits your height chart but feels like you're wrestling at every ride, this video is for you. So let's talk about what actually matters when you're building a bike as a short rider. The brands that take small frames seriously, why a proper bike fit beats any spec sheet, and the 4 bikes that I've owned, the good, the bad, and why sometimes the brand doesn't matter, and how it got me here. Here's the problem if you're between 4'9" to 5'3". Most bike size charts weren't built you in mind. A lot of brands stop their sizing with small or extra small or XS, and that XS is still designed to a rider around 5'4" or 5'5". So what happens? You end up on a bike that's technically your size, but the reach is too long, the standover is too high, the crank arms are too long, and the handlebars are too wide for your shoulders. None of it is dramatically wrong. It's just a death by 1,000 smaller compromises. And over time, those compromises show up as knee pain, numb hands, or just, not enjoying your ride. And I learned this the hard way. Let's start with the part I wish someone told me on day one. Not every bike brand takes short riders seriously, but some genuinely do. And before this video, I went back through and double-checked every bike I'm about to show you, because a lot of changes year to year. Models get discontinued, sizing gets redesigned, sometimes an entire brand disappears overnight. So a few of my personal favorites as a short rider, definitely Liv. Liv is Giant's women's specific line, built around smaller geometry from the ground up, not just a shrunk down men's frame. Sizes go down as small as XXS, which is where I started. Cervelo, so their Aspero and Caledonia lines, run small sizes with proportionally shorter top tubes, though as I'll get into, small doesn't always mean proportional. Colnago, even at the high end, Colnago builds down to a 42 to 44 range, which is rare for a brand usually associated with taller, racier geometry. Of course, Specialized, this is my brand now. Genuinely one of the most short rider friendly brands out there. So they have the Tarmac, the Alley, the Roubaix, and Diverge, all of them sizing down to 44 with proportional geometry and not just a smaller triangle. Now here's a part I want you to actually pause. I built out a full list of every small frame bike I could verify that is still out in the market, so maybe screenshot this. This could be helpful for you. Think of this list as a starting point for your own research and not a verified recommendation. So you can double check the sizing yourself before you buy it, because these things change very fast, and I actually had to update some of the bikes on this list while researching for this video. And yeah, you can also check out geometrygeeks.com. It's a great free tool for this. So if you want to cross compare frames before you buy and check the size charts, I use this a lot before purchasing, so you should use that website. But here's the thing, after so much research and for so many years, it took me 4 bikes to learn that a brand carrying your size doesn't mean that the frame is right for you. You always have to find your own definition, right? Like, apart from the size is what it means to really fit you and your riding goals. If there's one thing I would like to tell my past self or anyone before buying a bike, get a good bike fit. You can get a professional bike fit before you buy, or get a fit after you buy. For me, a bike fit isn't just raise the saddle until your legs feel okay. A good fitter is looking at your saddle height and setback, your reach and stack, your handlebar width, your crank arm length, and your frame size and geometry. Before you even look at geometry charts, ask yourself what you actually want out of this bike. Because the best bikes for short riders isn't one answer. It depends on what you're optimizing for. Is it comfort, style, performance? If you want a more relaxed geometry, a shorter reach, a higher stack, endurance frames, and of course how the bike looks like, and the feel, the brand, the vibe. Don't underestimate this. And it genuinely affects how often you ride. So if it's an aggressive geometry, if it has an aero setup, race ready, etc., etc. I didn't really know which of these what I wanted until I already owned 3 bikes. So here's a story. I've owned 4 road bikes chasing the right fit, and here's what each one taught me. The Live Langma. This was my first road bike, and honestly, I loved it. The Langma in a 2XS is where I discovered my footing as a cyclist. It wasn't about performance yet. It was about falling in love with riding at all. Liv's women-specific geometry meant that for once, a bike wasn't fighting me. Everything about it said, this is possible for someone your size. If you're just starting out as a shorter rider, a bike that gets sizing right on the first try matters more than people think. Because it's the difference between a hobby you stick with and one you quietly quit. The Cervelo Soloist in size 48. This is the bike I put the most miles on. Hands down. And also, honestly, probably the weirdest size I've ever owned. The proportions of this frame were very strange for my body. I never had quite enough saddle height. If you can see here in this photo, it's really low. And the reach to stack ratio just felt off in a way that I couldn't fully fix. My fit here looks really weird, to be honest, but I made it work. And here's the strange part. This bike is the one who told me the kind of rider I am. It's the bike that took me on cross-country rides, long days in the saddle, actual adventures. And I didn't fall in love with the Soloist because the fit was perfect. I fell in love with it because of what it let me discover about the kind of cycling I wanted to do. I liked how it's actually fast, but at the same time, it's light enough that you could do so many climbs. I feel like that's an important distinction. Sometimes a bike teaches you what you want, and while getting the fit wrong, I really love this bike. I really, really love my time with the Cervelo Soloist. The Colnago C68 in size 42. On paper, this was supposed to be the bike, right? I pulled up geometrygeeks.com and compared the C68's geometry directly against my Live Langma and the Soloist, and it checked every box. Reach, stack, standover, it all lined up. And yet, I didn't enjoy it nearly as much as the Soloist, even with the better numbers, and that was confusing for a while. But I think what happened is I realized something about myself. I wanted a bike that felt more aggressive, a little faster, and the C68 for me, as beautifully made as it is, it wasn't quite scratching that itch for me. And this is the lesson that it took me 3 bikes to learn. Fit and feel beat brand and geometry sheets. You can match every number perfectly and still not love riding a bike. The spec sheet gets you in the right neighborhood, but it doesn't guarantee you'll fall in love with a house. Do you get what I mean? Which brings me to now. I picked up this specialized Tarmac SL8 in size 44. And, so far, I've had this for like a week. And this bike brought something that I thought I lost, which is the joy of just riding. It's early, and I feel like I still need to test it more in long rides. But so far, every ride makes me want the next one. And I haven't had this feeling in a long time. To sum it all up, figure out if you're chasing comfort, style, or performance. because the best bike really depends entirely on that answer and what kind of rider you want to be. And the big one for me is fit and feel beat brand and geometry sheets every single time. And if you're a short rider going through the same search right now, drop your height, your riding goals, and what are you currently riding? I want to see what's worked for you and maybe we can help each other out.